those about to hard rock, we salute you.
Breaking the law, breaking the law.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 important albums in hard rock. For this list, we will only be looking at albums that fall within the boundaries of hard rock, so more metal-rooted albums and prog rock affairs will not be included, as they are a list for another day. Number 10, Alive, Kiss. Monumentally huge today, Kiss's early days were more Detroit slum city than Detroit rock city. Despite a strong, loyal fanbase and a hot-as-hell live show, the band weren't exactly raking in the album sales. The problem? Fans felt the band didn't sound the same on vinyl as they did on stage. That feedback led to the 16-track, 4-sided double album Alive. Containing all the band's early hits, it's up for debate how much of Alive genuinely is live. Regardless of the possible tinkering on the album, it has still become an important piece of hard rock history. Number 9, Machine Head, Deep Purple. Nothing but trouble awaited Deep Purple while they recorded this classic. The band booked a casino in Montreux, Switzerland as a recording venue, but it burned to the ground. The guys then took to the Pavilion Theater, memorializing the burning of the casino with Smoke on the Water. Unfortunately, they were soon evicted due to noise complaints and had to set up in the Grand Hotel. The result was a British chart topper and a near global top 10 album, and bassist Roger Glover would make an equally influential album with Rainbow's Long Live Rock and Roll half a decade later. Number 8, Who's Next? The Who. Four albums into their career, The Who found themselves without their core audience, the by now extinct mod movement. Guitarist Pete Townsend attempted to best the landmark Tommy with an extravagant production called Lifehouse. However, after a near nervous breakdown, the project was scrapped, and out of its ashes emerged Who's Next. Armed with an awesome Gretsch guitar gifted to him by Joe Walsh, Townsend and company scrapped together what is widely considered their finest studio album.
Put your finger down my throat, and if I shiver, please give me a blanket. Keep me warm, let me wear your coat.
Number 7, Back in Black, AC/DC. This follow-up to 1979's Highway to Hell was a make-or-break moment for AC/DC. The recent death of vocalist Bon Scott was but one of the problems they faced. Tax issues influenced their decision to record in the Bahamas. Meanwhile, the band's gear was held up in customs, storms caused power outages in the studio, and one session was even interrupted by a crab. Still, the album, its 22-time platinum status, and its 131-week chart run proved you can't kill AC/DC. Number 6, Pyromania, Def Leppard. Gunter Glieben Glauchen Groben. While Pyromania's impressive sales of 10 million albums would be dwarfed by the group's next release, Hysteria, this album paved the way for that monster. More More importantly, it put Def Leppard and their brand of glam metal on the map. Produced by 80s hard rock master Mutt Lange, the album marked the introduction of co-guitarist Phil Collen. The album is considered to be not only the best Def has to offer, but is among the best in Mutt Lange's vast production history and sparked a trend towards a more melodic take on hard rock and metal. Number 5. Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses. Guns N' Roses exploded on the scene with this masterpiece that was less hairspray and more hearts than its hair metal peers. Loaded with staples like Sweet Child of Mine, and considered to be the best-selling debut of all time, Appetite took nearly a full year to hit the top of the Billboard charts. But it made up for that slow burn with 4 weeks at number 1 and a quoted 30 million units sold. Now just imagine how well it would have done if November Rain had made the cut, as originally planned. Number 4. Blizzard of Oz, Ozzy Osbourne. After being dismissed from Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne had a thing or two to prove with his debut solo album. Ironically, the album wasn't meant to be an Ozzy record at all. Instead, Blizzard of Oz was meant to be the name of the band he assembled during the writing and rehearsal phases. One of only 2 albums recorded with the late great Randy Rhoads on guitar, the album is home to classics such as Crazy Train and Mr. Crowley. Decades later, it is still Ozzy's best-selling solo album. Number 3. Van Halen, Van Halen. This self-titled debut from Van Halen left a permanent mark on electric guitar playing. Eddie Van Halen wasn't the first to use the 2-hand tapping guitar style, but he was certainly the first to bank on it, literally. Backed by songs like Runnin' with the Devil, Jamie's Cryin', and Ain't Talkin' About Love, the album has sold upwards of 10 million copies since its release. Changing the way musicians look at the electric guitar, Van Halen stunned audiences and critics by creating an energetic debut album that would stand the test of time. Number 2. Black Sabbath, Black Sabbath.
What is this that stands before me?
Picking up where Cream left off, this may very well be the moment that hard rock became heavy metal. Recorded in just 12 hours, Black Sabbath, the song, the album, and the band, intrigued the masses who pushed sales up to land the album at number 8 on the UK charts and number 23 on Billboard. Due to an accident that cost him his fingertips, Tony Iommi was forced to use lower guitar tunings and simpler chords, creating a heavier sound than his peers. Released on Friday the 13th, the album is also notable for adding occult and fantasy elements to the metal lexicon. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1. Led Zeppelin 2. Led Zeppelin.
Hey, fellas, have you heard the news? You know that Ellie's back in town. I won't take long just to watch and see how the fellas lay.
Selling 400,000 copies in advance sales, Led Zeppelin 2 topped both the American and British charts. Released just months after Led Zeppelin 1, 2 was a monumental moment in hard rock. Recording wherever they could, in whatever studio happened to be open, Led Zepp maintained a sound that was brimming with raw energy. Whole Lotta Love gave fans Zeppelin's signature overdriven blues, Heartbreaker set the basics of guitar shredding, while songs like Ramble On saw the Lord of the Rings used as a lyrical source. A trend they would continue on Led Zeppelin 4. So, do you agree with our list? What's the most important hard rock album to you? For more thunder-pounding top 10s published daily, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.